Welcome back to We're Having Fun. I'm Mark. Hi.
Hi.
Let's go speed it up.
No. Hi, I'm Krista.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? Cool. So the movie we did this No, I got nothing. I don't think there's been anything newsworthy.
People have died.
Wow. Who died?
Donald Sutherland?
Yeah. Oh, Donnie S. Yeah.
I mean, we've only covered like
Hunger
two
Games.
movies that he's been in.
Yeah.
It's the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Also, Willie Mays
Yeah.
died.
Say hey, kid. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
We don't have anything to mock them about.
We don't.
So.
They're not Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah. So they're good. They were pretty awesome.
I don't know why I'm just bringing up dead people. But...
Sutherland did do that one, face when he in Body Snatchers or whatever. That meme now.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's his legacy, I guess.
That's his legacy. That's what I'll remember him for.
Okay.
So, congrats, him.
Guess so.
All right. Well, our movie this week is The Parent Trap.
It is.
The newest version. Well, is it the newest version? I don't know. Did they make another one?
I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It is the Lindsay Lohan version.
Yes. I feel like I saw it as a kid. Didn't really remember a whole lot. I mean, I remember it, but not a whole lot.
Did you see the older version of it?
Yes. Again, I think so, but I don't remember, a lot about it.
I mean, it was very similar.
Yeah. Except Haley Mills instead of Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
That was the only difference. Dennis Quaid was in both.
Exactly. No. Different people playing parents and stuff.
So, I don't know that I've ever really cared about this movie.
You did not care about it while we were watching it. I can tell you that right now.
At least the beginning. I think it got better.
Okay.
The camp stuff. The beginning was... I did not like the beginning. The way they didn't like each other. That just makes any sense to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It's kind of weird.
And there were some dumb music.
Yeah, there was one part where he just stopped it and was like, I can't watch this. And I'm like, you made it through South Pacific. You can make it through this.
I was cringing. It turned out, it got better, I guess.
Okay, so you don't like the camp parts of it.
Yeah, well, just that beginning camp.
Okay.
Once they became friends, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know about in either. I am.
A little more
I will
in.
put up with it.
Okay.
Where'd you first see this movie? On TV or in the theaters?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was one that I watched on TV. Not on TV. In the theater, or if I got it from, if I rented it. I don't remember.
I feel like I saw it on the Disney Channel. It had to have been.
Maybe.
I feel like I saw it on TV. That's why I don't know that I saw all of it. Because I was going as a kid.
I feel like I may have seen it in the theater.
Yeah.
When did this come out? Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
Okay, let me look it up.
My guess is...
Because I feel like I was older than I should have been watching this.
No, it wasn't 2000.
98.
98, okay.
So I was older than them, obviously.
Yeah, well, obviously, I don't know about obviously, but...
Well, to me, obviously, because I was already, either in high school or about to go to high school.
Yeah, I was close
and
to
they
high
were
school
11,
as well.
so...
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It took them 8 months to film this. Seems like a long time.
Well, I mean, it's definitely not a Hallmark movie. Which takes 2 weeks?
1 week. We're done.
They're like, all right, it's Thanksgiving. We got to make this movie right now so that we can get it out by Christmas Eve.
Have her fall in his arms already. We got to get going. All right. Well, what happens in The Parent Trap?
We start off on a cruise.
Oh, yeah.
On the Queen Elizabeth
That
ship.
montage took so long.
It was the longest credits. It's not the longest credits we've ever seen, but it's up there.
What was the longest one?
I don't know. I feel like there was another
South
one.
Pacific pretty long?
South Pacific
Yeah,
may have
I
been
think
pretty long.
so. Yeah.
There may have been something else that was really long, but yeah, I'm pretty sure South Pacific was pretty long. But honestly, it was the best part of the movie in South Pacific, because I was oh wow, this is
a low bar.
It's beautiful sunsets and sunrises in this tropical location. I'm like, wow, this is so nice. And then I got into the movie, I was like, okay, well.
And then they were like, let's color it all yellow.
The rest of this is awful.
This will be fun.
Yeah.
And they tried to do a thing where they didn't show their faces.
Yeah.
Like this was going to be a huge reveal for us or something.
Yeah.
Okay. That's dumb. I'm sorry. That's dumb.
It's is it just because they couldn't get them for this section and they just had
some
doubles
stand-ins
doing it?
Yeah.
Possibly.
you're going to go on a cruise for a few months. So, and we're going to film it. Oh, you can't make that. Okay. Never.
You think it was really on a cruise?
No.
Okay. I was like, why would you think this? This is
The
in
most
a studio.
inefficient use of
We're going to
time.
put you on a cruise and we're going to film this. No.
The 8-month cruise. That's why it took 8 months to film. It was all on board the cruise ship. They built the sets on the cruise ship. It was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Cost
Okay.
millions.
That cruise would not take that long.
They said it goes from London to New York.
Yeah, but that's not...
New York.
That's not like the longest cruise. It's not like a really, really long cruise. I don't think nowadays.
Titanic took 3 years.
That is not true. That is absolutely not true.
It was fun, and I watched the movie.
No, the
She was
movie
like,
took 3 years.
We're gonna spend 3 years together on this cruise. They called it the Ship of 3 Years.
Stop. No, it would not take that long. It would not take even close to that long. Why are we talking about Titanic?
Because it was a ship of dreams.
Stop. Oh goodness. But they're getting married.
Yeah, they met on the ship.
They met on this ship
and got married. That's Hallmark movie.
Because they met this is probably something I will write eventually. This sounds like some kind of NaNoWriMo thing that I would write.
But she said it was an 8-month-long journey. That's what she said. I'm not just throwing this out here.
There's no way.
I swear she said that.
There is no way. That is not 8 months.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's an 8-week.
That seems also too long.
Yeah, why are they other?
I was thinking
I swear they said it took a long time.
Okay, well, I've been on a cruise.
Yeah, but you didn't go to London.
No, but it's okay from...
No, it wouldn't take that long.
No, it would not take 8 months for sure.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it would take 8 weeks. I think it would probably be like 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably. She said it took a long time.
Okay.
Maybe she said a month. I know that's still a long time.
That is a long time, but I could see that a little more than 8 months.
Still, they gotta meet and fall in love and get married. They need a long time.
They do not, obviously.
Well, any sane person needs a month at least.
Okay.
Got to.
Okay, well, anyway, they get married. They meet on the first night because they're seated at the same table.
Yeah.
Because we find out all of this later. We don't find this out during this credits sequence. But they met the first night, and then by the end of the cruise, they are married.
Mm-hmm. I guess all the guests on the ship were their wedding party.
I guess.
Did they pay for it? Or does the cruise just have that? Have you ever tried to get married on a cruise?
I've never tried to get married on a cruise. But also, I've only been on a cruise for maybe a week at most. I'm not going to get married within a week.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Somebody's not optimistic.
No. Nope. Somebody is not. That's insane. Oh my gosh. Anyway, they get married on there. Mm-hmm. They have a souvenir picture taken.
Yeah, they immediately cut it in half.
No, they tear it in half later.
Yeah.
But that is their wedding photo.
Yeah, cut to. Mm-hmm. 1 year and 9 months later. Or not 1 year, 11 years. I wondered why I was saying 11.
I'm like, 1 year? They're going to camp and they're only a year old.
They had the kids a long time back.
Yeah, 11 years and 9 months later.
So, later on, I think he says, I haven't seen her in 11 years or 10 years. So, immediately after she has the baby there, she's like, I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it sounds like.
And they were like, you take this baby.
You take this baby, I'm taking this one. Yeah.
This arrangement is insane to me.
It is. I agree with you.
It is nuts.
I absolutely agree with you.
This is almost child abuse.
They're like, well, we've got 2 babies. We might as well just split them up.
And never have contact with each other ever. Exactly. I never want to see this child again.
What is this?
I don't want to know this child.
I don't want this child to know that they have a twin.
Yes.
No.
This is crazy.
It is insane.
Yeah.
The premise of this is ridiculous. We have been told before that, people have commented before about how we say ridiculous.
Oh, really?
But this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous. It's nuts. I don't get it.
No.
This is some King Solomon stuff. It's like cutting baby in half.
Cut this baby in half. Yeah, so they just split up and they split the kids up. Mm-hmm. One of them goes to England, the other stays in California.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Apparently they tried. How long did they try?
Right? Because, okay,
Did they keep moving while she was pregnant? Maybe that's adding on to the issue.
I don't know. Because, I mean, they had to have split, like, right after the babies were born.
Yeah.
So, which means they were together, like, 9 months.
I think as soon as they got off that cruise, she was out. She, like, had to go straight to the hospital.
That is not, it was not an
It was 8 months.
It was not. There's no way that someone would take an 8-month cruise unless they were working on a cruise, on a cruise ship.
Maybe they were. We don't know.
Oh, gosh. There's no way. Anyway, we've got to get past this because
I will never get past this.
Because we've been recording for probably 15 minutes almost, and I've only gone through 3 of my notes. Stop. Okay, so it's 11 years, 9 months later. We are at Camp Walden.
Yes, on Walden Pond.
Sure.
Not on Golden Pond.
On Walden Pond. So we have Hallie. She shows up first. Hallie Parker from California. Yeah. She's
played by Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, exactly. She is trying to get her bag, her duffel bag, from a big pile of other bags.
And she's super weak.
She is very weak. Yeah. Another girl comes up to try to help. They're like, "Oh, this is really hard to do."
Yeah.
They see another girl on the opposite side of this pile of stuff.
Rips her bag out.
Exactly. And they're like, Lindsay Lohan. Sorry, Hallie is like, "That's my kind of woman."
Yeah.
Okay.
She has a camp girlfriend.
It's really weird the way she talks about this girl.
Yeah. Such interesting writing.
Yeah. Well, the person who wrote this also does like
Twilight.
No. It's Nancy Myers, not Stephanie Meyer.
Yeah.
She does like adult rom-coms, not adult like explicit. Not that. She wrote like The Holiday.
Yeah.
So she's used to writing adults.
Yeah.
These children talk like they're adults.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
It's weird. Especially when her new little friends are like, "Wow, you're from California. Do you get to see Hollywood stars all the time?" And she's like, "What are you, Lucy and Ethel?"
Yeah.
Like, when is this child watching I Love Lucy?
To be fair, I watched I
Love Lucy also, so I would have gotten it. I did get the reference, but
she might have. I mean,
maybe.
She's, maybe like a couple years younger than me.
Yeah. So I guess, but
I
don't think that's the first thing that would come to mind when someone is talking about Hollywood stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It was weird. I'm like, an older lady wrote this. I know. I can tell. Oh, man. So, yeah, she's from California.
Yeah.
Her dad owns a vineyard.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all we know about her.
Yeah.
And she gets put into Arapaho cabin.
Mm-hmm.
So then we see Annie James. She shows up.
In a limo.
Yes. With her butler.
Yeah.
Martin. And here we have another British child going to an American camp.
Yeah, which is still insane. It's crazy enough that Hallie is from California being sent all the way over to the other side of the country to go to camp.
Does it say where it takes place?
I think, didn't she say it was like somewhere in New England, right?
I was thinking like Pennsylvania or something.
Maybe.
But I don't know.
Their last movie was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, maybe that's what I was thinking.
Could be. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. It's still ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the opposite side of the country.
Yeah. Either this is like the life of rich people that I don't understand, or this is a dumb movie trope.
Well, I mean, her dad is really rich, so...
Yeah, but still.
I don't know.
There's plenty of parks and woodland areas in California.
In California. Yeah. Just go to a California camp.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stay in your lane.
Where did they find out about Camp Walden?
Seriously.
How did both
Is it the only girls' camp?
In the whole country?
Yeah.
What is this? I don't know. Anyway, Annie shows up.
Yeah. She's got her gun.
No. She's not Annie Oakley. Although, Annie Oakley, I think, is referenced in this at some point, and they're like, who's that?
That is true.
So, she is in Navajo.
Yeah, maybe.
Cabin, I think. So
also played by Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
At the same time.
Yes.
She runs back and forth. What'd you think of Lindsay Lohan's British accent?
It's about like my British accent, which...
What?
Probably not good.
It's so prim and proper.
So Hallie is apparently, she's been coming here for a while, I guess, because...
Has she?
Because they're acting like she's some kind of fencing guru. Not guru, but, like she's she's their fencing champion.
Oh, okay.
Like, and she has been for, like, a year or two or whatever.
I guess I didn't pay attention.
I feel like that's what they said. I don't know, but
they're both really good at fencing.
She's very good at fencing.
Yeah.
She takes down the only boy who showed up at the camp.
Some boy accidentally got sent to girls' camp, didn't realize.
Yeah.
He's trying to call his mom later. Like, Mom, come get me.
Mom, please, it's all girls. So yeah, she's very good at fencing. Mm-hmm. And then she has a challenger, and it's Annie.
Yeah.
She's also good at fencing. Where did these two children
apparently
pick up fencing?
Their parents, maybe that's what they bonded over on the ship.
Maybe.
Their love of fencing.
I don't know.
They made a pact when they split up. We have to make sure
that they take fencing lessons.
They're going to have a lot of sword fights in their lives.
And we have to make sure that they're also both very good at poker.
Yes.
Maybe the mom was like, fencing lesson, don't forget. And the dad's like, but you got to teach her poker.
Which, when it comes to poker, no skill is really involved in that. It's just lucky getting amazing hands that would never actually happen.
Yeah.
But anyway, fencing.
Yeah, because talking about the amazing hands that would never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. In this movie. I don't know, it just seems like both of them having such good hands in their one little poker.
Yeah, the odds are ridiculous. Yes.
Anyway, yeah, fencing. Yeah. So they have a little fight, fence fight, whatever it's
fence
called.
Fight.
I don't know what it's called. I don't take fencing.
Pretty sure it's fence fight.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Whatever it's called, they do it.
Yeah. One of them gets pushed into a pig trough. I don't know why is there a trough.
I don't know either.
The horses.
Yeah, and then the other one, she pulls the other one in there, so they're both
wet.
Yeah, and that's when they have to turn around and take their fencing helmets off,
or they'll drown.
And they have to shake hands because that's what you do.
That's fence etiquette, baby.
Exactly. So when they turn around to shake hands, they realize that they look exactly alike.
Yeah. Would you recognize your twin, you think?
Well, I mean, you see yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, but I still don't know.
But then there are also times when people are like, you look just like this other person. And then you see them and you go, what are you talking about? I look nothing like this person.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would.
I think I would probably be like Hallie and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. We look nothing alike.
Your ears are a little different.
Your eyes are too wide. Your eyes are too far apart. Your nose is too big. Your ears are too weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I've tried to tell you that you look like Sydney Sweeney all the time, and you're like, I don't get and I don't see how you don't see it.
You have absolutely never told me that before. This is news to me.
What?
I don't even know what Sydney Sweeney looks like. I could not pick her out of a crowd. I'm so sorry.
Wow. Rough go for Sydney Sweeney.
I know she's blonde.
Oh, is she?
I think she is. Okay. I'm like, I think she is. I was thinking of somebody else. Oh, man. Anyway.
So twins.
So they meet. They're like, wow, we look just alike. That's weird.
And that leads to hate.
Yes. They hate each other.
Yeah. I don't know why. They're annoying.
Yeah. They're very competitive, I guess.
I guess so.
So it starts off with the poker.
Mm-hmm.
And Hallie is playing poker. Is it Hallie?
No,
Annie's playing poker.
Yeah. Because Martin gave her cards. He's like, you rock them with that poker.
Yeah.
Steal their money.
Exactly. She's playing with the people in her cabin.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people in this cabin.
There are.
There must be other cabins
this is a fire hazard.
that have joined in.
Yeah.
But she wins with 2 pair. And I'm like, that's normal.
That's fair, yeah.
That is a normal... Yes. Yeah. I could see somebody easily getting 2 pair.
Can go with that, right.
Exactly. So then...
In walks Hallie.
What?
In walks Hallie.
Yes. In walks Hallie. She's
now.
Oh, God. I will say, this is the point where he stopped. He paused it and said, I can't watch this.
I hated it.
And I will say, this is probably the worst part.
It's so cringy.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just start playing bad to the bone as she comes in. Yeah. And she's got like a sock full of quarters or something. Like she's about to beat somebody. I don't know. It's like, okay. She comes from the streets, apparently.
Apparently.
So she's like, I'll
Napa
play.
Valley.
Yeah. Yeah. So she's like, I'll play you. So they play poker. Mm-hmm. They're throwing in different denominations of money. I'm like, this does not add up to the same thing.
There's nail paint. What is it called?
Nail polish. Fingernail polish.
Nail paint.
Like lip gloss, all that kinds of stuff going into this pool. And of course, they have to up the ante a little bit. So like, whoever loses has to go jump in the lake naked. Yep. And they're like, all right, sounds good.
Another skinny dipping.
It's weird.
Yep. It's real weird.
So anyway, Annie's like, well, I'm obviously going to win this because I have...
She had a straight flush.
A straight flush. Although she just calls it...
She had a straight of diamonds.
Yeah, but she just calls it a straight.
Yeah, like, but she says in diamonds.
Okay. And...
She's like, gotcha.
Yeah, she's like, I got you. And Hallie's like,
oh no.
No, you don't.
No, sir.
Because I have a royal flush.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you both have
straight flushes?
Such good cards. This is... There's no way.
Yeah.
This is not going to happen.
This is nuts.
This is not going to happen.
No.
This is I'm not going to say this is the most unrealistic thing, because the most unrealistic thing, of course, is the whole part where they took two twins and gave one to each parent.
Yes.
Because that's the most unrealistic. But this is the next.
Yes. In this fantasy world here.
Although I don't know, because there's another part coming up that's also like, how did this happen? So, yeah.
Annie's got to go jump in the lake.
Yep, so she does.
Yep. And Hallie steals her clothes.
Yes. But the other people in her in Annie's cabin are there.
They abandoned her.
Do they hate her? What is happening? Because they just...
She took all their money.
That's true. That's true.
She just swindled them out of $4.
Well, they shouldn't have been playing poker. Yeah. If they didn't want to lose their money.
They're just trying to fit in at camp. They're just trying to have a fun camp experience, and they lost all their money.
Well, you know what? I've lost money playing poker also.
Yeah.
Did I steal somebody's clothes after they were skinny dipping?
That's why you live on the streets. You have a problem.
I can't.
Krista, stop playing poker.
But I can't stop. I love it so much.
I need that royal flush.
So she and her cabin mates decide that they're going to get back at Hallie in her cabin by putting their beds on the roof. How? How did they do this?
Seriously.
There's no way. They're 3 children.
Yeah.
They're 3 11-year-olds.
And they're... Yeah, they're not tall enough.
I was going to say, even if they had Hallie's, like, girlfriend, camp girlfriend, who's, like, really strong.
She could hurl them up there.
Yeah. But they don't, because this is Annie.
Yeah. I don't know. It was like during a basketball game or something that they did it.
Yeah.
Or soccer game. I can't remember what.
I don't know. They had to have had help, but whatever.
I think the counselors were helping out.
Maybe.
Girls.
Every time she'd show up, she'd say girls, and we'd be like, girls. Oh, man.
Oh, one of the counselors is also Janice from Friends, and I hated her the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time you're
like,
get out of here, Janice. I hate you. I'm like...
She's so annoying.
Okay.
She is. I don't like her.
Okay. This is like me not liking that guy that was on Degrassi.
Yep.
It's like, I will hate you forever. All because of one role you had.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Hallie and her her cabin, decide to get back at them, of course.
Oh my gosh.
And this is so
insane.
Yeah. How did they manage all this? I don't know.
Yeah. They string all across it. They pour out molasses or corn syrup or something on the floor. They put honey on a lady.
It's vegetable oil on the floor.
Well, one of them's sticky though.
Okay. I figured it was probably more honey.
Maybe.
So they put honey all over this one girl.
Yeah. On her hair and everything. That is so messed up.
Yeah. They have a bunch of water balloons that they trip up.
Fill up and set on. And they got a big bucket of chocolate. Like nobody's waking up while they're doing this. That's insane.
They've got feathers. They've got all kinds of stuff. They've put shaving cream all all over this one girl, which was funny. That one was kind of funny.
That one's not bad.
That one was
That's a good prank. Nobody's getting hurt.
Exactly.
And it's silly.
Yeah, exactly. So then Annie wakes up the next morning. There are those strings like all over.
Yeah.
She steps on something sticky on the floor. She starts freaking out. Everybody else starts waking up. They start freaking out. Everything is chaos.
Yep. Water balloons start falling.
Yes.
A big one lands on her.
Yes. It looked like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Because you were like, how did they get a bowling ball up
they were going to kill her with a bowling ball.
It was just a water balloon. The most CGI water balloon I've ever seen in my life.
It's a real water balloon. They had to put a nail on top of her head, like literally.
Did they?
Yeah.
It looked
so it would
fake.
pop. No, it was real. Because if they didn't, it would have like really injured her. So they had to put like a nail on top of her head.
It looked fake.
It's real.
How? The way it was like moving looked fake.
Water balloons are crazy, bro.
I don't know. Anyway, so
This tore your world apart.
Huh?
This tore your world apart.
It did. I lost my place.
I don't know how to do anything now.
I'm just like, what is happening? Oh, the girls are standing outside.
Girl.
And yes, the counselor comes up. She's like, it's time for a surprise inspection.
Yeah.
And they're going to inspect Annie's cabin. So they are trying to open the door. Hallie's trying to stop them because that chocolate bucket is like right above the door.
Yeah.
And if they open the door, it's going to get all on them. And Annie's like, no, come on in. We're ready for our inspection.
Yeah.
Because Hallie's like, no, they're all sick in there. You can't go in there. And she's like, no, we're fine. So they open the door. Chocolate goes everywhere.
Yeah.
They're
sliding inside. I don't know.
I guess maybe the chocolate was kind of
Why did Janice push the old lady out of the way so she could get chocolated?
I don't know. Yeah. They both get chocolated.
Yes.
And they slide across the floor because there's vegetable oil everywhere. They hit like they
grab a doll
dresser across the cabin. They grab a doll and it's attached to a string that is attached to the fan that has feathers all on it, and feathers just go everywhere. Yeah. And the counselors are very mad about
They're mad. So Lindsay Lohan's have to go to the isolation.
Yes, cabin together. They're stuck in there together. They have this whole like procession walking them out there.
With everybody in camp.
Everybody in camp is walking them out to this isolation cabin.
They're leaving them to die, and it's some kind of tribal ritual.
I think they did just leave them to die because you never see anyone else again in that camp until the day that they leave. You never see them interact with anyone else. Yeah. They're only interacting with each other.
Yeah, it's true.
I think they
do talk about going to the cafeteria, but we never see it. No, we do. They go to they have their own table in the cafeteria as well. Oh, it's an isolation table.
The isolation table, but nobody talks to them.
Yeah.
They're like, you're in isolation. I'm so sorry.
They're outcasts.
Yep. So they're stuck out there in the cabin together. Oh, they get out there, and then the camp counselor is like, okay, everybody else, go do what you do whatever.
Everybody's like, yay!
It's like, why did you bring
these kids out here?
Weird. I guess it was one. Maybe it was like, this is what happens. Yeah. You don't want to be out here like these girls. Now you can go do whatever.
We only have the one isolation cabin, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they don't leave it for the rest of
camp.
They
don't. And they are at this camp for 8 weeks.
Yeah. 8 months.
No. They miss school because they're stuck in this isolation cabin. They have been forgotten. No, they've been there for 8 weeks. They, of course, are not getting along. But then suddenly, one day, there's a storm. And the window, they're having trouble closing the window. Some of Hallie's pictures get blown off the wall. Gosh. And, oh no, my picture of Leonardo DiCaprio got destroyed. No. And Annie's like, who's that? Ugh. There's no way. This is 1998.
Yes.
Titanic just came out.
Yeah.
In 97.
Yeah.
This is 98. Even if they were doing this for 8 months, they know who Leonardo DiCaprio is.
Yeah, they would.
They have gone to see Titanic at least 12 times each. So, yeah, there's no way that she does not know who this is. Yeah. So she's a liar. But anyway.
We know this.
So they start talking. They're kind of getting along. And then Hallie pulls out a thing of Oreos.
Yeah.
She's like, do you want a snack? Do you want some Oreos? She's like, yeah, but...
I do this weird thing.
Where
I'm so unique and crazy. It's this is crazy, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm so quirky and different.
Yeah.
I dip my Oreos in peanut butter.
Wow.
And Hallie was like, oh my gosh, I do the same thing.
Oh my gosh.
How many twins do you know that, like...
Let me answer that first question for you. 0.
Okay.
Second question.
I'm just wondering, is it a thing that...
They have all the same likes and everything?
Like, kind of snacks and stuff?
Fencing, snacks.
Seems kind of weird.
Yeah. Poker.
I didn't know a lot of twins growing up, so I cannot answer this either.
Yeah.
I knew some twins in high school.
Yeah.
Didn't know them that well, though. Not well enough to know if they like the same kind of things.
You'll eat the same stuff?
I do know that one of them really liked my Johnny Bravo drawing once.
The other one hated
I do remember that because he was like, I need you to draw this on my skateboard. And I'm like, wow. I did not. I did not do it.
Well, I guess you missed a boyfriend there.
I guess so.
That was clearly hitting on you. No girl drew on my skateboard unless we was gonna be kissing.
Well, guess I missed that opportunity.
You could have had twins.
I actually like the other twin better, so.
What?
Sorry.
Wow. So I guess they were different. Or you're just insane.
Are you trying to say that all twins are exactly alike?
No. I'm saying we're answering our own question.
Okay.
That they don't all like the same thing.
Okay.
Because you only liked one twin.
Because one of them liked me and he didn't. And the other one didn't. And I liked that one.
Yeah, when somebody liked you, like, red flag.
Oh, I cannot deal with this. Wow. I cannot date this guy. He likes
Get help, sir. You're obviously a broken person.
How dare you?
Get out.
Get out of my presence.
It has been the biggest hurdle in our relationship.
I'm not saying that's never happened before. Because there was literally someone that I liked when I was younger. And then we started, like, sending letters to each other. And then
what were you in the World War?
We didn't live near each other. We lived, like, counties apart. But we were like, let's be pen pals.
Telegram for you, ma'am. From the front lines.
And he was like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? I was like, oh, no.
Ew, gross.
How dare you like me?
Ew.
I was interested until you were interested back. And now I'm like, ew. That's gross. I don't like people who like me. Oh, man.
Wow. Well, I know what I'm going to do from now on. Anyway. Eventually, they start talking about their parents.
Yeah, because they find out that one of them was raised by her...
wolves.
Jessica! Tony! Jessica's cheating on you! He has the right to know. Oh, no. One of them was raised by her dad, and the other was raised by her mom.
Mm-hmm. And all they have is a picture of the other parent.
Yes.
That's been ripped in half.
Yes. And also, they find out that they have the same birthday. Mm-hmm. The exact same birthday. They're like, wow, that's like really weird. We look like we have the same birthday. And one of us was raised by a mom, and the other was raised by a dad.
They take forever to put this together.
They do.
To be fair, though, like we said, this is an insane arrangement.
It is. Annie puts it together first.
Yeah. Hallie is way behind.
She's just like,
wait a second.
Wait, what could this mean?
You, mom, me, dad. Pickle, not Patty.
Are we going to even explain pickle not Patty?
No.
Nope.
Not happening. Sorry, suckers.
We had to be there. So much.
So anyway, Hallie might be the dumb one.
So they, of course, each have their half of the picture of their parents, and they put them together.
Yeah.
And there it is.
There it is.
That's mom and dad.
That's them.
So that's when they realize they're not only sisters, because Hallie's like, oh my gosh, we're sisters. She's like, we're twins.
Yep.
So, yeah, Annie's definitely the smart one.
Yes.
But I can't remember which one of them decides on, is the one who comes up with the big idea.
I think Hallie does.
Maybe.
I got a plan.
The idea is that they're going to switch places.
Crisscross.
Exactly. So Annie will go to California to meet Dad.
Yeah.
Hallie will go to England to meet Mom.
Yes.
And then they're going to eventually have to switch them back.
Yep. They'll be like, oh, we're not the real person. Huh?
Exactly.
Take
and
me
so
home.
That means they'll have to meet up again and they'll get back together.
Yep. Worked out the first time. Why not the second time?
Sure. So,
just gotta trap them on a cruise for 8 months.
There you go. 8 months. So the problem is that they don't know anything about the other person's life, really. So they have to go through and say, okay, this is grandpa, this is whatever, or excuse me, grandfather.
Yes. They even draw their houses.
Yes.
This is the dining room.
Yes.
You're not familiar with dining rooms. We dine in there. So, like, did you really need to go into that much detail?
Oh, well, it's to show where, so that they don't, like, stumble around, like, where's this room kind of thing.
I guess, but she's like, we don't need it in there unless it's Thanksgiving, and then we're, okay.
Well, that makes sense that she would...
Well, maybe she won't stay, she asked later if she could eat in her room. Apparently they didn't cover it very well.
That's true. But, I mean, they're covering all that they can.
Yeah.
And then Annie needs a haircut because her hair is not the same
She's got long hair.
As Hallie's, and she also has to have her ears pierced.
Yep.
So Hallie cuts her hair and pierces her ears.
Yep.
Yeah.
Camp.
So they do all of this prepping for it. And then camp is over.
Yeah.
They've been isolated for 8 weeks.
They've gone crazy.
Oh, so there we go. They're each going to the other person's home. So we start off with Annie. She goes to London. Not Annie.
No,
Hallie
does, yeah.
She goes to London. She's pretending to be Annie. Martin, the butler, comes to pick her up at the airport.
Yeah.
They immediately start doing a secret handshake.
Yeah, which they practice.
Annie showed her how to do.
Yeah.
Why is this grown man in the airport doing a secret handshake with an 11-year-old girl?
Her only friend.
It is weird.
She has no other friends outside of that home.
She doesn't. Which Hallie doesn't either.
Yeah.
You don't see any other of her friends showing up at the vineyard.
Oh my gosh, what if this movie, there wasn't really twins? She's just crazy. She imagines another person.
Okay.
And she just talks to them all the time. And she actually does go between her parents' house.
How?
This is filmed over the span of years.
Okay. So, yeah, she does her little secret handshake.
Yeah.
She goes to her home, or to Annie's home, to meet the mom. Meets the grandpa first, or grandfather.
Yeah.
And then the mother shows up. The mother. She's just the mother.
She sniffed her grandfather.
Yes.
Grandfather. Really. For a long time.
And he's like, what are you doing? And she's
making memories.
Yeah. She's making a memory. She wants to remember that he smells like peppermint and pipe tobacco.
Yum. What a great combo.
Yes. And then her mother calls her. And she gets to meet her mom for the first time. Her mom, who is a wedding dress designer.
Yeah.
And apparently she's like really big deal now.
The wedding dress designer.
So her mom gets a call that there's some kind of emergency. She has to go to the studio. They're doing some kind of photo shoot. And they need her input on something.
Yeah.
So she's like, how do you feel about going to the studio with me? She's like, that sounds great.
I'm in.
So while they're going there, she asks about her dad. Or maybe it's after
Why
they
don't
leave.
you talk to your dad? Or talk about my dad?
Yeah, exactly. And so she does. She tells about how they met and they got married on the cruise and all that stuff. And doesn't really go into like why they split up.
Yeah.
Why they decided to do this ridiculous arrangement with the kids. Nothing like that.
Yeah, because there's no explaining that.
No. But they do go to the photo shoot, and this photo shoot is really weird because at the end of it, she just walks
gets into the photos.
Shoot. It's like,
and the model is like, I love this kid. Just picks her up and poses with her.
Yeah.
Wow. What a day.
It's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. You're wasting so much film on this child.
Yeah.
That is not going to be published in anything. But okay. Yeah. So then now it is time for Annie to meet the dad.
Yeah.
And she calls him dad over and over. This
all the time.
Part of this movie is so annoying because I didn't count how many times they say dad, but it's a lot.
It's a lot.
Because he even asks, why do you keep saying dad all the time? Which makes her say dad even more.
She's like, I just haven't called you dad in a long time.
Yeah. Ever.
Ever.
So they get to their house, and Chessie is there. I guess Chessie's like the housekeeper.
What is Chessie short for? Cheshire Cat?
Chessica.
No.
Chessamina. I don't know. We don't question these things.
I only question these things.
So she meets Chessie. Although, Chessie already knows her.
Yes.
But this is her first time meeting Chessie.
Yeah.
And then they also meet...
Chessie is kind of like their butler.
Yes. So then she meets Sammy the dog.
American butler.
So then she meets Sammy the dog. Who does not recognize her.
Hates her.
Because she's not Hallie, she's Annie.
Yeah.
So this is the only one of everybody in this whole movie who's like, this is the wrong child.
Yeah. I mean, Chessie comes around.
Well, yeah, they all eventually figure it out. Well, except for the parents. The parents don't really.
Yeah, Chessie does say, like, you seem different.
She does.
There's something different about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the dad says that too.
Yeah.
He's like, did you get taller?
Yeah.
It's like, no, she's a completely different child, but okay.
You smell British.
You smell like tea and crumpets.
Is that a Turkish delight?
This is also where we see Meredith blink for the first time. Meredith is dating Nick, the dad. But Chessie's like, I think that she's just dating him for his money.
Yeah, which she is.
Yes, she is, obviously.
She's terrible.
She's the worst. So she finally does meet. She meets Meredith. She tries to do this thing where she's like, yeah, you're like number 29 on the list of women that, my dad's getting with or whatever. It's like, okay, this is weird. So she calls Hallie in England. She's like, you have to bring mom because dad's in love.
Yeah.
And she's like, sorry, I can't hear you. We're having a rough connection here. So she just hangs up on her.
Yeah. She only got to spend a day with her mom.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not long enough.
Exactly. And she's like, well, I've only had a day with my dad too. So whatever. So Chessie starts getting suspicious though. Yeah. Annie's freaking out.
Annie's being weird.
She's talking to herself.
Your chili.
Yeah, exactly. And she's talking to herself, and Chessie's
in a British voice.
Yeah, and Chessie's like, what is going on? She's like, oh, you gave me a fright. And she's like, I gave you a fright? What is this?
That's very un-American.
That is very British of you.
We do not give people frights in America.
So she's like, that's weird. You're talking weird. You're acting weird. It's almost like you're... Never mind.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, almost like I'm who? Ooh. It's like, no, don't worry about it. Almost like I'm Annie. And she's like, how do you know about Annie? She's like, because I am Annie.
She kills her.
Oh my gosh. And she's like, oh my gosh. And she just like freaks out. And
Annie.
She's like, she's so beautiful.
Looks exactly the same.
Yep. So this is when the dad takes her out to ride the horses together. Yeah. Because he's got something he needs to tell her. Yeah. And he takes her to like the winery or whatever. Yeah. And finally he's like, okay, how would you feel about Meredith being part of our family? Well, this is like after they get back home because he chases her because she's like, I don't want to hear this. But yeah, he's like,
she abandons her horse.
She's like, yeah, runs down the grape fields and everything. He's like, how would you like it if Meredith became part of our family? And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. I've always wanted a big sister. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're gonna adopt Meredith. Yeah. And he's like, no, I'm gonna marry Meredith. And so she's like, I hate this, and she runs off. Yeah. So Meredith shows up. They're out on the porch. Meredith brings a bell to start calling Chessie. I'm like, girl.
Red flag.
This is the biggest red flag.
This is almost as bad as if she actually liked him.
Right. It's like, you can marry him for his money, but you cannot treat Chessie this way.
I draw the line.
I love when Chessie comes out and she's like, you rang. So then she cannot get in touch with Hallie. So she faxes a big 911.
Coming from a dog.
From a dog. I guess it's supposed to be Sammy.
I guess still, it's like, is the dog okay?
The dog is dying.
The dog is trying to call 911.
So
hello, this is dog.
Hello, this is dog. So Martin gets the 911 fax and is going to give them, he's pouring their wine for them at dinner. And she asks to try the wine and then she starts acting like she knows exactly what it is. Because her dad owns a winery and apparently she knows all this stuff. And then she sees the 911 thing and she freaks out. And she's like, I need to go outside for a minute. So she goes down the street and finds a phone booth. And
apparently grandfather chased her the whole way.
Apparently.
Because she is booking it.
Yeah. So she goes over there. She calls to find out what's happening. Dad's getting married. You've got to bring mom. So she's like, okay, I'll be there as soon as I can. Grandfather is waiting outside.
Right outside the booth. How? How did he get there?
I don't know. Yeah, he must have been booking it.
Seriously, man.
So he's like, let's take a walk. And so now he knows the truth, of course. Yeah. She has to tell the mom, though. So she kind of hides under under the cover in the bed.
Yeah.
She's like,
Mama.
Yeah. She's like, we have to go see Annie. And she's like, okay, where's Annie? It's like, in California with her dad. Yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, you're Hallie.
I'm Hallie.
Exactly. So they've got to go to California. Because they have to take Hallie back.
Yeah. Mom hates flying.
Yeah, she's afraid of flying. And she gets very drunk on the plane.
Wasted.
She's like, I've never had vodka before. All she's ever had was like a glass of wine.
They're supposed to meet at the Stafford Hotel.
Yes.
She thinks the dad knows.
Yes.
And then they'll all meet up.
Dad does not know, though.
He does not. They think they're having some kind of meet the new parents get together lunch or something.
Well, I mean, they are, because they are there.
They think that's the main reason.
Yeah. It's kind of just so they can look at the hotel and see if that's where they want to have the wedding, I guess. So, yeah. And then at one point, he is in the elevator with Meredith. Meredith is like kissing all over him.
Yeah.
And he looks out and there she is. She's standing there and he's like, what?
Yep.
So he goes looking for her. She now has both of the kids in the hotel room. And that's when she's like, he didn't know. I thought he was going to know.
Chesty and Martin were in on it.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, we may have known.
Yes.
Martin's in his Speedo.
Yes.
For the ladies in the audience.
There we go.
And for Chesty, too.
Yes.
She loved him.
She did. And that's when they tell the mom that Dad is getting remarried to Cruella de Vil.
Oh, they say Cruella so many times.
They do.
It's very stupid.
Yeah. So they basically tell her, we wanted to get you back here so that you would get back together with Dad. It's like, okay, I don't know why you thought that would work, but sure. So, yeah, the dad is going to look for Mom. Hallie finally meets Meredith for the first time.
Yeah.
And Meredith, of course, does not realize that this is the other twin, because doesn't realize that there are two of them.
Yeah.
Because Nick, the dad, has been keeping this from everyone except for Jesse.
Because he's insane.
Yep. So then Meredith goes to the bar, the hotel bar.
Yeah. She's hungover from the plane.
The mom is.
Mom is, yeah.
Yeah. Meredith goes there, though, and she sees the mom there. Does not realize that she's the mom.
Yeah.
Her name is Elizabeth James, by the way. And she sees her signature on her receipt.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, Elizabeth James.
You have to design my dress.
I was looking at your wedding gowns, and I tried to get you to design one for me, but they said you were out of town, and here you are, and this is perfect timing, all this stuff. Yeah. So they've met now. Nick is out by the pool. He's still looking for for Elizabeth.
Yep.
And he's with Meredith's parents, though. And it's like, they don't think it's weird that he's walking into a pool trying to get to this random woman, because he does. He walks into the pool, or he walks toward the pool, and he trips over the dog. I think he trips over Sammy and falls in.
Yeah,
but he goes over and he sees her, and he's like, "You look like you knew I would be here." And she's like, "Yeah, because I did." And here comes Hallie, and here comes Annie, and he's like, "Okay, you did this, so you guys know." It's like, yeah. And then Meredith shows up. And she sees both of the twins. Yeah. And she freaks out, of course. Yeah. And she's also kind of like, you didn't tell me that there was another one. It's like, yeah, that's kind of a problem. So now everybody knows what's happening. Yep. And you can tell that the dad still kind of has something for the mom. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like big time. Mom, also same. Yeah. So they send them on a surprise date. Yes. On a cruise ship. It's not a cruise ship. 8-hour cruise ship. Maybe, yeah. Always has to be 8 something. 8s. It's just like a little ship. A little boat. Yeah. And they've put like a QE2 buoy not a buoy, a life preserver in there and everything, just to kind of, they're trying to recreate the cruise where they met. And Chessie and Martin, of course, are there also. They're serving the food. Yeah. They get trapped in a hallway at one point. And it's like, oh no. Oh, so close, can't get by. Yep. So obviously there's something going on there too. And then they're like, this was nice, but there was a reason that we broke up. Yeah. She threw a hairdryer at him. That is... Those things are not light. Yeah. Threw it at his head, I think. Probably. So, yeah. And then she packed up a bag and left. And he didn't follow her. Yep, so... He's like, if I knew you wanted me to follow you, I would have. Exactly. But he didn't. Yeah, so... Still something there, but they can't. They can't. I can't.
I can't.
So they go back there, or the next day or whatever. They're getting ready. They're both checking out of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
They're waiting for Annie and Annie and Hallie. Annie and Hallie.
Annie and Hallie.
Annie and Hallie. And they come down, and they don't know which was which.
Yeah.
Because they are exactly the same.
Got him.
The dad is like,
Checkmate.
No, this one is Hallie. I know. And then they're like, are you sure? And he's like, no.
Dang it.
Dang.
You're telling me none of them got like a scar on themselves.
Right. At some point.
Kind of accident.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Exactly. So their proposal is...
Will you marry me?
Yes. Their proposal is they will go on... They have like a end of summer camping trip every year.
Dad and Hallie always go on it.
So they're going to go all together, all four of them together. And at the end of the camping trip, that's when they will reveal who is who.
Yeah.
And so they're like, all right, fine, whatever, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So Meredith shows up. They're getting ready to go on this camping trip. And Meredith shows up. And she's like, what is going on? And they explain it to her. And the mom was like, this isn't fair to Meredith. Meredith, you should be going with us.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, fine. So she gets all dressed up and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then the mom was like, all right, have fun.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm not going. And Meredith was like, oh, why do I have to go then? And she's like, because you need to get to know the girls because they're gonna be half yours.
Half yours, yeah.
And she's like, oh, yay. Exactly. So she stays behind. Mm-hmm. So they go off on their little hiking adventure.
Yeah, Meredith hates it.
She does. She's like falling all on the rocks. Mm-hmm. She's exhausted.
They put rocks in her backpack.
They do. They put a lizard on her water bottle, which she freaks out over that. And then they put it on her head, and she freaks out over that, and it goes into her mouth, and she spits it out.
Yeah, that was a bit much.
Yeah. Then that night around their campfire, she's complaining about the mosquitoes, how they are just biting her like crazy. And it's like, what have you been putting on you? It's sugar water.
Yeah.
Who gave it to you? The girls, obviously.
Of course.
She's like, okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So she starts walking to bed. She has these two sticks that she keeps beating together. And he's like, what are you doing, Meredith? And she's like, I'm keeping the mountain lions away. And she's like, okay, this was another prank, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So she goes over and she just plants a big kiss on the dad. And it's like, gross. This is awkward and gross, and I hate it.
It's weird.
Like, it's like, why did you have to do that?
Yeah.
You're not doing this you're not trying to make them jealous. That's their dad. That's weird.
It's weird.
Anyway, so she goes to bed, but she's like, I'm going to take a large sleeping pill. And she does.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay.
Let's hope that worked.
Yep. So they take her mattress and put
she's
it
on
in
her mattress.
They put it in the lake.
Yep.
So she wakes up the next morning.
On an air mattress.
On an air mattress. In the middle of the lake, there's a bird pecking at her. And she freaks out, scares the bird. She stands up, falls off of it.
Yeah.
The dad's just like, oh my gosh. So she swims back to shore. And she's like, that's it. It's me or them. And he's like, Them.
Yeah, like, you're dumb.
It's them.
But
honestly.
To be fair, he did give up one kid already.
He did.
To one woman, so...
He did. It's like, I can't give up the other one.
He's not above this.
Well, maybe he's like, well, I've already given up one. I can't give up both. Because she also says, she's like, first thing we do when we're married is I'm sending them off to Switzerland.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you're not. So she's out. She's out of the picture now.
Yep.
So they go back home, and we do not see Meredith again.
Nope.
She is still out there in the woods
for the
somewhere.
Best.
So they get home. The mom is like, oh, what happened?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Meredith isn't here. That's so sad.
Aww.
And she says that, Chessie and Martin are not there because they went...
On a picnic.
Yesterday.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Chessie and Martin.
Maybe they should call the cops, though. Where are they?
Exactly. It's like,
have
you
lost?
heard from them? Maybe you should check on them.
Were they killed on their picnic?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. So the mom and the dad, I have trouble calling them. I have trouble calling them Liz and Nick because I'm like, they're just mom and dad.
Yeah, he shows her his wine cellar.
Yes,
where he's got all his best wines.
Yes,
rarest wines.
Yes, he has like the wine from the day his parents got married. He's got some other wine. I can't remember what it was. And then he has the wine from when they got married.
Yeah,
and she's like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. And they're about to like...
They almost kiss.
And they're going to like share the wine together and everything. And then there are headlights.
Yeah.
Chessie and Martin are there.
Ruins everything.
Exactly.
They're alive, darn Darn it.
So the mom is like, we shouldn't be doing this. We have to go home.
Yeah.
So they decide that they're gonna do like, I think they had already decided.
Trading off holidays.
That they're gonna, trade off holidays. So, because they can't just they can't just do like a half a year thing because they'll be switching schools all the time and everything.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna do the holiday thing and then they go back home.
Yep.
Liz and Annie have to go. So they go back to London. They get there. They go into their house and she goes, they both go into the grandpa's study to say hello to him.
Yeah.
He's not the one in the chair.
He's not.
It's Hallie.
Oh my goodness.
Because they took the Concorde to get there.
Does the Concorde still operate?
I don't know.
I think so. It doesn't now. I know that.
Okay, but at this point they probably
did.
did.
Maybe it did, yeah.
But anyway, it can get them there like twice as fast.
Yeah, super fast jet.
Yeah, as like a normal plane. So they took the Concorde to get there.
Yeah.
Before them. And the dad is like, I didn't chase after you last time, but I am this time.
Yep. Oh.
So they get back together and they get remarried
on that boat
on the Queen Elizabeth II. They're taking that cruise again.
They did it. 8 months.
Yeah. And also at their wedding, Chessie and Martin get engaged.
Oh my gosh, really upstaging the wedding. Way to go, Martin.
Right?
It's not your day, Martin.
Oh man, but that's it. That's how it ends. They are back together. So the Parent Trap worked.
They did it. So kids, if your parents are divorced, just Parent Trap them. It's fine.
I'm not going to Parent Trap my parents. No.
I'll dress up as you. We'll do a twin thing.
And my parents will go, we did not have twins. Who is this?
All right. Well, all right. So let's get to our snack.
Okay.
And we're doing trout.
We have trout for breakfast.
Yeah.
We're having trout tonight. No, we're not doing trout. That'd be weird.
Oreos and peanut butter.
Yeah, because that's the snack that they like. Now, I've had Oreos with cookie butter, but I've never had them with peanut butter. Or, cookie butter, yeah. I put a lot on mine. I think I put more than you did.
We definitely put more than Lindsay Lohan did. Pretty good.
Now, they do have, like, a peanut butter pie flavored Oreo.
Yeah.
Which was really good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like straight peanut butter like
this does. Yeah. Kind of reminds me of those peanut butter Girl Scout cookies a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that.
I don't remember which one it is. Do-si-dos or...
It's the tagalongs.
Because
the do-si-dos, I think, are the sandwich ones.
Are they?
Sandwich cookies.
Yeah. My next thing is, though, is it worth the trouble, Instead of just grabbing a sleeve of Oreos?
I mean, I'm always going to just rather have Oreos by themselves, probably. But
if somebody throws out they got a jar of peanut butter, and they're like, here you go.
Sure,
I'll take a dip.
Yeah, I'm probably going to just dip like one or two of them, and then the rest I'm just going to eat Oreos by themselves.
Yeah. But what are we going to rate them?
By the way.
What?
The thin ones that we had last week. And I was like, it's 4 of them, and it's 140 calories.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel like the normal Oreos are not that much different. 3 of them for 160 calories.
Oh. Huh.
I said 4 for 160.
Yeah.
So I was wrong. And I will admit that.
Thank you.
But I was very close. It was 3 cookies instead. Anyway, sorry. What are we going to rate them?
Yeah. It's tough. I don't know. They go 8.
Okay.
Like, it tastes good, but the work put into it, I don't need that.
That's true. Yeah, because it does taste good.
Yeah. Like the laziest snacker.
That's true.
Can't just open up peanut butter.
It's like, can I just open a bag and eat what's inside? I don't want to have to do an extra step.
I don't want to work here.
Yeah, I think I might go a little bit lower than that. I think I'll go 7.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's still good.
Yeah. All right. Which was your favorite twin?
Oh, that was our last camp movie, too.
Oh, yeah. That's the final camp.
Because June's over.
Yeah.
Or it's about to be over.
Yeah. Which camp movie did we miss? Maybe we can watch it next year.
Yeah.
Let us know on Twitter at HavingFunCast or on Facebook at HavingFunPod.
Or you can send us an email to havingfunpod@gmail.com.
Go have fun and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.